Hey guys, it's Gabby Hartbell here, and today I wanted to start something new on our channel. Well, my channel. Well, it's all of our channels, you know? I wanted to start a story reading time where I read a piece of a story every episode and it adds up to one whole book. So this one is going to be the first story reading, and it's The Dreamer. Well, I read some of it in the live stream up to 28. It's a live stream making puzzles, but it starts like later on in the video. You can skip forward and watch it. It's a great part, and if you don't look at that, you won't understand this. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the beginning part and read it to the beginning. It's going to be a lot of reading. I don't usually like to read this much. Oh wow, that's a big fish. Sorry, it's a TV show. Okay, how charged is the phone? 37%. Let's go back to page 1 because, you know, things suck. Let me get comfortable. Prop my feet up on this. Let's begin. Oh yeah, it starts at 1:06. I'll put a disclaimer. The Dreamer. The Dreamer. The Dreamer by Pam Munzo Ryan. Drawings by Peter Sis. To my reader, this book is for you. Wander into the infinite space between soul and star. I'm waiting for you there. Look around. There's only one thing of danger for you here. Pablo Neruda. I am poetry, waiting to seize the poet. I ask the question for which all answers exist. I choose no one, I choose everyone. Come closer if you dare. Rain. On a continent of many songs, in a country shaped like the arm of a tall Gurustran, the rain jumped down on the town of Nemuko. Ned, his name is Nefua or something, I can't explain it. It's a Mexican book. Ned Reyes sat on his bed and propped up, I'm calling him Ned, by pillows and stared at the schoolwork in front of him. His teacher called it simple addiction, but it was never simple to him. How he wished the numbers would disappear. I did better at this when I was alive. How he wished the numbers would disappear. He squeezed his eyes, closed them, and then opened them. So I'm starting from the beginning, but I read the page 28 on my live stream if you want to hear more of the book at once. But, you know, I'm starting from the beginning here, so you don't need to go to that anymore. The 2s and 3s lifted from the page and waved to the others to join them. The 5s and 7s sprang upwards, and finally, after much prodding, the 4s, 1s, and 6s came along. But the 9s and 0s would not budge, so the others left them. They held hands, and a long procession of tiny fingers flew across the room and escaped through the window crack. Ned closed the book and smiled. He certainly could not be expected to finish his homework with only lazy 0s and 9s laying on the page. He slowly stepped out of bed and to the window, leaning his forehead against the pane, gazing in the backyard. He knew that he should rest in order to recuperate from his illness. He knew that when he wasn't resting, he should catch up on his studies. For there were so many distractions outside. The winter world was gray and sodden. The earth turned into mud, and the small stream flowed through the hole in the ramshack fence. And the moment no one lived next door. Still, Ned always imagined a friend on the other side waiting for him. Someone who might enjoy watching flotsam drift downriver, who collected twisted sticks, liked to read, and was not good at mathematics either. He heard footsteps. Was it Father? He had been away working on the railroad for weeks and was due home today. Ned's heart pounded. His round brown eyes grew large with panic. His footsteps came closer. Clump, 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 clump. Ned reached up, smoothed his thick black hair. Was it out of place? He held up his hands and looked at the thin fingers. Were they clean enough? The idea of having to confront Father made... 1 second. Made his arms tingle and his skin feel as if it were shrinking. He took a deep breath and held it in. The footsteps passed through his room and continued down the hall. Ned exhaled. It must have been his Marmalade, his stepmother, in her wooden-heeled shoes. He listened until he was sure that no one was near. Then he turned to the window again. Raindrops strummed across the zinc roof. Water mysteriously trickled above him, worming its way indoors. Wheat puddles dripped from the ceiling, filling the pots that had been poised to catch them. Plip, plip, plop, bloop, bloop, bloop. Oip, 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 oip. Plip, 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 plop. Tin, 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 tin. Plop, plip, plip, bloop, bloop, bloop. Oip, 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 oip. Tin, 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 tin. Plip, 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 plop. This is where I'm going to end. Actually, I'll read a little bit more. As Ned listened to the piano of wet noises, he looked up at the Andes mountain, hovering like a white-robed chair. He looked at the river, out at the river. I can't read. Curtain. Padding through the forest, he closed his eyes and wondered what laid out past the places of Lebrun's, Bora, Ranquil, where the seas plucked at the rugged land. The windows opened, a carpet of wet rain swept and carried Ned to the distant ocean that he had only seen in books. There he was the captain of a ship, its prow slicing through the blue salt water, sprayed his cheeks, the clothes fluttered against his body. He gripped the mast, looking back at the country of chill. Ned, who spoons the water from the clouds to the snow cap in the river and feeds the hungry ocean. The screeching of the conductor whistle snapped. To Ned's attention, he jerked around. Father's body filled the doorway. Ned shuddered. Stop that this instant, daydreaming. Stop that instant, daydreaming. The white tip of Father's yellow beard quivered as he unclenched his narrow jaw. Why are you out of bed? Ned averted his eyes. Do you want to be a skinny weakling forever and amount to nothing? No, Father, scampered Ned. Your mother was the same, scrabbling on bits of paper. Her mind was always in another world. Here you go. Picture. Ned rubbed his temples. He had never known his mother. She had died 2 months after he was born. Was Father all right? Was Father right? Could daydreaming make you weak? Had it made his mother so weak she had died? The end of this chapter. See you guys in the next episode. If you're new, please subscribe and leave a like. Click that little heart bell.